Imagine looking up at the night sky. It seems peaceful, doesn't it? But beyond that calm, twinkling facade, something incredible is happening. The universe is alive with the birth of stars, tiny points of light that will one day shape the cosmos. Have you ever wondered where stars come from? No, they don't just pop out of nowhere like a light bulb in the sky. Stars are born in some of the most chaotic places in the universe, stellar nurseries. Picture this: giant clouds of gas and dust floating through space, so vast that they could swallow thousands of solar systems like ours. These clouds, called nebulae, are the cosmic cradles where stars are born. But here's the catch: they don't just appear overnight. It takes millions of years for gravity to do its thing, pulling all that gas and dust together into a dense ball. Imagine making a snowball, except it takes a few million years and you're in space. Eventually, the pressure and temperature in the core of this ball gets so intense that hydrogen atoms start smashing together to form helium, releasing a tremendous amount of energy. Boom, a star is born, and it begins its life shining bright in the sky. The star is now burning brightly, but this is just the beginning of its cosmic journey. Now, what happens next? Does a star just sit there, twinkling in the sky, living its best life? Well, not quite. Like us, stars go through different stages of life. Our own sun is currently in what's known as the main sequence phase, kind of like a midlife crisis but without the sports car. It's steadily burning hydrogen in its core, and it's been doing so for about 4.6 billion years. But stars come in all sizes, from tiny red dwarfs that are barely holding it together, to massive blue giants that burn through their fuel faster than a sports car guzzles gas. And here's where it gets interesting. How a star lives its life and eventually dies depends largely on its size. The bigger the star, the more dramatic its end. I guess you could say stars are the drama queens of the cosmos. As stars run out of fuel, they approach the final chapter of their lives, a time of spectacular transformations and violent ends. So what happens when a star starts running out of fuel? Does it just fade away? Not quite. Depending on the size of the star, this is where things can get really interesting. And by interesting, I mean explosive. Our sun, for example, will eventually swell into a red giant, expanding so much that it might even swallow the Earth. But don't worry, that's not happening for another 5 billion years, so you can keep your vacation plans. For massive stars, the end is even more dramatic. When a star about 10 times the mass of the sun runs out of fuel, it doesn't just go quietly into the night. Instead, it explodes in a supernova, one of the most powerful events in the universe. This explosion can outshine entire galaxies for a brief time and scatter elements like carbon and oxygen across space. Yes, the same stuff that makes up you and me. So in a way, we're all made of stardust. How's that for cosmic poetry? Even after a star's death, its legacy continues to shape the universe in profound ways. But the story doesn't end with a bang. What's left after the fireworks? Well, that depends. A star like our sun will eventually shrink down to a white dwarf, a small, dense core that will slowly cool over billions of years. Kind of like the universe's version of a retirement plan. But for the most massive stars, what remains is something far more mysterious. Sometimes, the core of a massive star collapses into a neutron star, a tiny, super-dense object where a sugar cube-sized piece would weigh as much as a mountain. And if the star was really massive, it could collapse into a black hole, an object so dense that not even can escape its gravity. Black holes are the ultimate cosmic enigmas, swallowing everything in their path and leaving us with more questions than answers. So next time you look up at the night sky, remember, each star up there has its own story. A story of birth, life, death, and legacy. And who knows, maybe one of those stars is watching us back, whispering its ancient tale across the vast expanse of space. Makes you feel kind of small, doesn't it? And as always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because there are more cosmic stories waiting to be told. Until next time, keep looking up.